Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Blacktown TV's Be In The Talk. Of course, we are a podcast show where we have engaging conversation with influential guests in the entertainment business. And of course, we are continuing our Women's Month, and as we do that, we continue with our guest of today. As our special guest, she is a two-time Emmy Award-winning hairstylist. She's a TV personality. She's worked on America's Next Top Model, Tyra Banks Show, America's Got Talent. She has her own collection called Muse, which is a premium collection of wigs and hair extensions. She is an amazing woman, and we are happy to have her on the show for today. Everyone, please, please, please welcome Miss Kiyah Wright. Hi, Kiyah.
Hey, how are you? What an awesome freaking intro. So
no problem. Hey, your resume is amazing. It's quite impressive. Once I saw it, I knew I had to have you on the show. I just knew I had to have you. So it was definitely important for me to have you on our show because, like I said, your resume, I mean, my goodness, as I said.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. So as I reading off, your resume for as I said, you're a two-time Emmy Award-winning hairstylist. I would like to know, as I like to know with every one of my guests, what began your passion for hairstyling?
You know what? Wow, it began when I was probably about, I was probably 11, and I was like by 14, I was sneaking girls in the house doing their hair. So I think for me, initially, it was like, oh, I can make money by styling hair, and I can get the things that I want to get. And then I started to, see other stylists, and then I started to aspire to, have the same level of clientele and be on a, on the hot list, like, oh, that's the hot stylist locally in DC. You know what I mean? So it went in phases, so my mom, when I was sneaking people in around between 13, 14 years old, my mom was like, I'm putting you in hair school. These people are not going to be up in my house. I'm putting you in hair school. And that was so crazy to me. Like, she put me in hair school, I was just a girl from Washington, D.C., Southeast, sneaking girls in the school, from school into my house to do their hair and charging them like $30, $40. So I was that kid, I wasn't selling lemonade or cookies. I was like, I'm going to do your hair for $40 or your nails I was doing anything I could do to just kind of have extra money,
Where was I when all of this was happening? Because I could have gotten my hair, my nails.
Right,
I would have
right.
For everything, no problem.
Right. I was like, I want to make some money. And I just actually I think my love for it came later. My love for styling hair came a little bit later when I really started to, right when my mom put me in hair school, my mom passed away very suddenly. She had an aneurysm. So when she passed away, as a child, you kind of lose your sense of or you lose your sense of purpose or you get serious. Right. And I think for me, that's when things became a little bit more serious and more intense for me, at realizing wow, you really don't have anybody. You got to fend for yourself. Right. And I think that's for me is when it got serious. It's like sometimes God, God is real for me and the universe and everybody, that world knew my mom was going to die. So she put me in hair school first so that at least I had my path. I'm a strong person, what I mean? So by the time my mom passed, I'm the strong young little woman. I'm a growing entrepreneur already at 14, trying to figure out how I can make money at 14. And, I just, proceeded to finish hair school. And as a matter of fact, I didn't even finish hair school. I ended up finishing later because I just think, when she passed, it was so sudden. I wasn't focused. I was,
right.
Just really wasn't focused. I ended up having to go back to get my hair license, a little bit after that, realizing okay, this is really going to be my occupation. This is, you got to get really serious here and you got to get your license. And I did that maybe 2 months after I had my license. And then my journey my career as a stylist begun then. And I'm 17. I had graduated from high school. And I was like, I want to make money. And I started to see with these hairstylists, the money they was making. I was like, shoot, you can make $2,000 a week? I want to do that. And that's where it all started.
Wow. That is quite a story, to be
Yes.
honest.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
a lot
that's
of
a short
people,
version.
well, when you talk about, when a lot of people, when a lot of hairstylists especially talk about the backgrounds of their stories, usually it's, I started in somebody's workshop and, you know, when I was young, or I watched my mom do hair, but you were sneaking people in and doing their
Yeah.
hair for them. And again, I wish
I
that
will.
was the neighbor kid.
I do have to give credit to my grandmother. My grandmother did have a salon. Louise Wright, that's my grandmother, the same last name as myself. She did have a salon, so I did go to. She was one of the people that influenced my, you know, my thought process. Because she had a salon, so I would go there not often, but some weekends and just assist her in the salon. You know, so that how could I forget that monumental thing in my life where my grandmother did have a salon.
Right.
She actually is still alive and still doing. I think she's probably like 80 something, still doing people in her basement.
Oh
Granny curls. Granny curls.
Well, when you do what you love, it keeps you alive. You know, it doesn't. As I said, you know, Chuck Berry was 91, still performing. You know, when you do what you love, it doesn't matter what age.
Yes.
You just continue to do it.
Yes.
And like I said, your background story is quite incredible. You know,
Yeah.
of course, condolences, you know, losing your mom at such a young age, but having that to be a motivation and to see where you are now, I'm pretty sure your mom would be more than proud and more than just happy, more than just proud, more than just so happy to see your success.
Yeah. I mean, you know, moments like that really does. I think sometimes it shapes your future if the foundation was right. Like I was raised by 14, so. By 14, I think the ambition was already there, you know? I think it was there. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, it molded my life, for sure.
So from sneaking people into, you know, your house to do hairs to working on places like American Next Top Model and America's Got Talent, what was it like working on those types of shows?
Well, I started television back when I moved to California. So after September the 11th, I was just like, where am I going to go? I'm moving to LA, you know, and my goal has always been to work at the hottest salons. I went to work at this great salon or whatever. And, you know, Tyra Banks called me maybe 2 years in. You know, I grew this huge clientele and I was really skeptical to leave, you know, and I was like, man, I want to, you know, I didn't know that television would be in my near future. You don't know. You're just going to do hair. You know, I knew I needed to make money. I knew I needed to get out of New York. The industry had changed, you know, in entertainment, because I was in music at the time, doing a lot of Puffy's artists at that time. And then I was like, I didn't know that television would be the next step. I didn't understand how the two would connect. But, you know, with timing and just being very just spontaneous. I'm the type of person. If I know I can take care of myself, I'm going. So I was like, I'm coming out here. Was in the salon for 2 years, and Tyra came to me. Jay Manuel, famous makeup artist. He was like, I think you and Tyra work really well together. I think you should give her a ring. She's gonna call you. So she called me a few times actually, and I just was like, I had heard not good things about television. Like it wasn't enough money. It's a lot of hours. You know, you're not able to be as creative, you know, whole thing. And after 2 years, she had called me for a while, I guess, while she was like, it was all coming to, you know, fruition for her. She called me one more time and she was like, whatever she wants. And I ended up like working on television for 2 years. And that's how I got into the television, where I worked with her for years. So working with Tyra, I just had to give you a little bit of background because it has been really awesome. Because not only am I working with Tyra Banks, the entertainer that you guys see, I'm working with an entrepreneur, Black woman who's maintained a television show on air for 11 years, 24 seasons. So for me, you know, it has taught me a lot about television, and even having my own show and how to produce photo shoots and how to, you know, pose on camera. And, you know, so anything Tyra does, I'm always very keen to be a part of. You know, I'm always like, you know, let's do it. So one more show is no different. You know what I mean? Like, working on America's Next Top Model is always fun because I get to I'm only working on Tyra. I don't work on the artist or whatever, but sometimes she may want me to consult or, hey, Kiyah, can you help them out with wigs and that sort of thing? So I'll consult on that realm. But I learned how to work on lace front wigs with Tyra Banks. And, I learned how to do editorial hair by working with her because it's not the same as salon hair, TV hair,
right,
editorial hair. It's all different. So, working on television is just one of the things I love about it is you get to see your work showcased on TV every day. But what I don't like about it is the hours. It's really long hours. And, it's the same look the whole time.
Really?
It could be the same look every day,
That is interesting.
Yeah, because you're doing the same. Just imagine if you were doing a show like Scandal. You would be styling Kerry Washington's hair the same way pretty much every episode. So for me, I'm in the union because that's like getting your master's. Getting in the union is like getting your master's. You're in the union now. Now you're getting your master's. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because now you can do television hair. You have to be in the union to do hair on television or be a star request. So I just made sure that in the world of styling hair, I'm able to do everything that I can do. I didn't want to be limited as a stylist. I want to be able to do television. I want to be able to do celebrities. I want to be able to do freelance. I want to be able to be an ambassador for Clairol Professional. I wanted to be, you know what I mean? Like, so I wanted to be the type of stylist that could do everything, not just, I'm just styling hair. I'm not just working in the salon. I didn't want to, because I don't see myself in the salon my whole life. I don't see myself, working with, just maybe, a celebrity all the time. I love the everyday woman as well as the celebrity. And ultimately, my goal is to have a global brand, that will give you hair, products, maintenance, DIYs, entertainment, television, a little bit of everything on the next level. So that's my ultimate goal.
That would be amazing. And that is quite something. Just for one, just to be able to be in Jay Mendel's presence is wow. I would have probably passed out.
Oh, every day. We all came up together as hair and makeup artists for celebrities, just working on music videos, working on Mary J. Blige, working on Faith Evans, we worked together. So I come up in that era where we all came, Jay Manuel, June Ambrose, Lorianne Gibson, Larry was a little drop younger, but we all really, really came up in the same era together, really interesting. Yeah. Well, Shanta, all of us.
Right. And kind of playing off with coming up, you were nominated twice for, I do believe, a daytime Emmy. And you also won twice.
Yeah, I won. Yeah, I won twice.
Yeah. Can you describe both feelings, not only being nominated, but winning twice? Can you describe those feelings?
Wow, the first time I won, I just remember going to the event that day, and I asked my sister to come. I was like, you know what, Lainey, why don't you come out with me? So she flew out, and, I thought we were just going to the dinner.
Right.
And I was like, oh, we're just going to the dinner, no big deal. I didn't even think about really winning. But I want to just take it back to an iconic moment in my life when I watched on television Anita Baker and Madonna say on stage, oh my God, I just want to thank my hairstylist, so-and-so, Gregory, so-and-so, you know what I mean? Like whoever they were. And, for making me look so beautiful. And I was like, oh my God, I could be thanked by a celebrity on TV? This is amazing. I want that. I just remember thinking that in my life. So now, fast forward, I am, getting ready, and I remember just looking for something to wear, and I'm like, okay, what do I wear? Whatever. And then I'm like going, we're heading up to the thing, we're walking up the stairs, we're going, and I was like, shoot, I should probably write something. I don't have anything. I didn't write anything down. What if I actually won? And so I'm sitting there writing something, and then, because it's a long, ceremonies are not long, and they don't air the hair, makeup, wardrobe, one, lighting, whatever. They don't show that on camera. They don't show it, but they show the regular Emmys on camera. So this one doesn't air on camera. So, you know, I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to go. I'm sitting there. I wrote something down. The moment I fell asleep, you know, and I just remember them saying, and the Emmy goes to Tyra Banks, Kiyah Wright. I was like, what? Oh, my God. I actually won. I go back. I run up, and I forget the paper. I ran back, grabbed the paper, and I ran up. I was like, oh, my God. I didn't even read the paper. The paper might have been in my hand. I didn't even read it. I was so excited. And I was like, oh, my God. I jumped up out the seat. I could not even imagine. I was like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Thank you. And the coincidental thing was, when the Emmys came, which was probably like a month later or a few weeks after that, Tyra was presenting, and they showed her hairstylist, Kiyah Wright, winning the Emmy. And I was in the kitchen cooking, and I ran out, and I was like, oh, my God, they aired my segment on national television? This is craziness. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, this is crazy.
I don't even know what I would have done. That would have just been like, whoa. I think I would have called everybody I knew just to see if they saw, you know, that little, you know, did you guys see me in that little segment? Yeah. Did you see me? Yeah, that was me. Yeah. I would totally called and been that person. That must have been just a monumental moment for you. Really huge.
Yeah. And you have to remember what all the people say, because you don't really know what to say when you win. You like have this moment of like, oh my God. And I remember everybody said, and I want to thank the Daytime Emmys. And that's what they played during Tyra's segment when she presented an award at the Emmys. They played me saying that, and I want to thank the Daytime Emmys.
Oh my goodness.
So that was a really monumental moment for me to see that. I got it on recording of it, and it's like, wow, you actually won. So I keep one with me at the salon, and I keep one with me at home.
Awesome.
And I won again the perfect too. Yeah, that was good.
That is perfect. That is like a really great reaction, honestly, because that is probably how I react. I would have forgotten my paper. I would have forgotten half of everybody on the list. I probably would have started rambling. Yep. Oh yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without
exactly.
a doubt. Oh my goodness. Well, that's great though. That's great. I mean, to be able to see and oh my goodness. I can't even imagine that. I really, really cannot. I just would have been so But moving on, so you have worked and styled with so many different celebrities. Who haven't you worked with that you would still like to, and who are your favorite ones to work with?
Tyra's my favorite. Sierra's one of my favorites. Gabrielle is my absolute heart. I love her so much. She's funny. Oh my God, so many. Everybody I work with, I actually really like. I would love to work with J-Lo I would love to work with Rihanna. You know, and I don't want to do her like forever. I just want to do her like when she comes to LA. I would love to work with Cardi B. She seems super fun. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just some fun people. At this point, I've worked with Shaka Khan, and, you know, I would have loved to probably get my hands on Whitney Houston. Like, you know what I mean? I like people who really love being beautiful, though. You know what I mean? Like, I really do. Like, I like the ones that like being pretty, and, you know what I mean? Like, I really do like those ones. It ain't even, like, J-Lo loves to be beautiful. I love working with people like that, you know?
Well, honestly, I have not seen J-Lo in a bad light, so, yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, like, some of my favorite, who else? Like, oh man, Sofia Vargas. I used to do her like when she first came out, that Latin girl, the Latin one, like with Sofia Vargas. I loved her. She was really awesome to work with too. She was fun. I'd love to work with her again. You know, just yeah, that's it. Really, my J-Lo, my Rihanna's. That's it.
That would be great. I can see many creative, you know, styles with Rihanna, because she's up for anything. So it's like the endless possibility of, oh my gosh, what can I do with Rihanna's hair?
Yeah.
She's so up for anything. It's like how would you not even be able to get frazzled because she's up for anything? So how would you be able to even just narrow down your ideas?
Well, I don't get frazzled anymore. I've literally worked with pretty much everyone. I mean, Taraji, Mary. I mean, everybody else I've worked. You know what I mean? Like Beyonce. I've even worked with. I actually assisted someone that worked with Beyonce. So it's not, once you've done one celebrity, they're still human.
Of
You know what I mean?
course.
Like, they're still human. They you know, they've all done it all. Like, if I was working with Angelina Jolie now, that might be a scary one, because I was like, oh my God, like, this is really, like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm not nervous.
I am
I'm
right
not
there
nervous
with you.
anymore. No, I don't. I just come in there and I just do it. You know what I mean? Like, you just do your thing, you know?
Right. Right. And just to kind of continue off with that, what are some of the biggest challenges you have faced while starting out your career?
Biggest challenge. The biggest challenge, man, would be to balancing my schedule.
Yeah.
Balancing my schedule is the biggest challenge, because I have to have assistants. It's something that most people invest in, but I also sacrificing family. You know,
Right.
you sacrifice weddings and big moments in people's lives and christenings and graduations, and you really do sacrifice. You know, like, I had my friend, I was in the middle of, I got booked for Gabrielle's wedding, but then it was my friend got married. You know what I mean? It was like, you know,
Oh,
you're gonna miss a $10,000 job. Let's just say, I'm not saying that's what it was, but you got a $10,000 job, or you got this. Certain things, you know, your career really had to, you know, my career is really taking precedence over major moments in people's
right.
lives, you know?
Right. And yeah, that
So
is
those, those are the things that really, I would say, have really taken a toll, and balancing my schedule, because I have to have several assistants, you know, because I can't manage, like, Meriden is my personal day-to-day schedule, life, everything, and then I have to have someone at the salon that runs all salon, because I can't be in all places at all times.
of course.
So, you know, you're always looking for artists that you can really trust. And, a lot of times, I'm probably jumping around in some of your questions here, but, when you work with a lot of these artists, they really want to be you ultimately. So
Right.
you have to find people that you can really trust, that can help you, get to the next level. I'm ultimately trying to build a team. You know, we don't have a global brand that really is in honor of, black hair and textured hair. You know, my goal is to touch curly, kinky, textured, wavy hair from South America to the Latin countries to Africa. You know, that's what my market is. And, just being, diverse and, being able to touch both worlds and
Yeah.
trusting, different artists. And it's just so many layers to this business. It's now a business. I'm not just styling hair anymore, so you just sacrifice a lot, sharing your clientele and, and then when you come back, you're like, well, I want to do my clients, but they feel like they're theirs now. You know what I mean? It's just a
Gotcha.
lot of,
Gotcha.
things that you have to juggle and work out, and not worry about anything, because what I have, no one can take. I've
Exactly.
learned, I'm confident to know and understand, Kiyah, what you got, nobody can take. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just the vision, the creativity, the entrepreneurship. I mean, I would call myself like the Diddy of hair, because I work so hard, and, I'm not, and I've sacrificed so much. Like, now it's family time for me. It's, but it's late in the game. A lot of women didn't wait. Some people, but it came with sacrifice.
Right. Right. And
So
yes, it
I
is.
would say that's the hardest thing. That's the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
Schedule and sacrificing family and monumental moments in people's lives.
Yeah. Because people just when they see with the success you have, they just they see, oh, it has to be all glitz and glamour and A-list stuff like that. But the reality is there is a dark side of it where you have to balance everything, where you do sacrifice time with your family and friends, and you do miss out important stuff. I mean, it is that is pretty hard, and it is a reality that a lot of people who are, you know, outside looking in like myself don't really see or think about, because, you know, we see the success and just think, oh, it's just like, it's, you know, it's all good and glamour, but, you know, there is some dark sides to it.
Yeah,
For sure.
it is.
Absolutely.
It really is. It all is. And it's just things you got to work out. It's things that makes you stronger in your character. It's things that help you with your business acumen. You know what I mean? It's a lot. You know, the layers. I don't believe that anything happens not for a reason.
Me too. Exactly. I agree with that.
No, everything is happening in divine order, the way it's supposed to. You know.
Yeah. So, you know, as successful as you are now, Miss Kiyah, what advice can you give to young, inspiring hairstylists who one day want to be exactly where you are right now?
I would say, one, team up with the best. One of the things now, I feel like the salon business is a dying business, which is horrible, because I feel like that's where you learn. I feel like that's where you grow. I feel like that's where you learn from other stylists. Like, I always wanted to work with the best.
Yeah.
Like, if you weren't the best, I didn't want to work with you. Like, I want to be with the best stylist, with the best team, I just was who I am. That's the type of person that I am. I'm like, I just want to be with the best. And you know, I say work with the best. 2, I say, you know, team up with the best, with working with someone like myself, or, you know, working in the best, hottest salon. I would do that. And I would say also just stretch yourself. Work in an environment that you never worked in so you can learn them. I worked in a white salon because I wanted to learn about products. You know, everything is not about grease. You know, an ethnic hairstylist salon is all about grease, and, you know, it's not, I like volume. So I want to learn about how you make the hair have more volume all over. I want to learn about, like, a different method of extensions, not just the braid up technique. I want to learn about, you know what I mean? It's so many things you want to learn. So I say, don't be afraid to step outside of what you do. Classes, educate yourself. So if you work with the best and you can't afford the classes, you'll learn everything all in one. Like, I'm a stylist that I'm a cutter. I'm great at hair styling. I'm great at coloring. I'm great at wig application. I'm great at weaving. I'm great at teaching. I'm 40. I'm in my 40s. So, you know, I'm in my early 40s. I ain't that old, you know. But I'm pretty well versed in everything. So, and that's what time did. Time did that for me. And I would also say, so my recommendation is take your time. You know what I mean? Like, these stylists are rushing to be famous so fast. You know, it's like, oh my God, relax. You're going to get there. Like, you don't you worry. You're going to get there. Don't you worry.
I think I really agree with that one. Take your time. It is.
Take your time. Like,
I do.
Everybody is an instant. Everybody's instant. You know, everything is instant gratification, instant, you know, and I feel like that is, you know, it's so temporary, you know what I mean? Like, you want to learn. Like, you know, I tell my sister now, he wants to do everything in a year. And I'm like, dude, you've been with me a year and some time, and, you know, it's okay. I know you're eager to learn. That's one thing, but it takes time to learn how to curl and style and to be me. It took me 28 years to be Kiyah Wright, you know?
Right.
So take your time and learn, you know? And then the last thing, number 4, would be to find your niche. But in order to find your niche, you need time. It took me, you know, 10 years to figure out what my niche was. You know, so yeah, it takes you time. You know, like, what is your favorite thing? What are you best at? You know, what do you love about this? You know, about doing hair and changing women's lives and all that good stuff. You know,
right.
What's your niche? Do you love color, or do you love cutting, or you love hairstyling? You know, or do you love it all? You know, I'm one of those stylists that I love it all. But all is not I can do. I'm one of those people that I'm really great at multitasking. Everybody can't do everything. Right. Like, I can be cutting your hair, be listening over here. I could be on a phone call. I'm really grateful. I'm grateful. I'm really grateful.
I really do like those points, especially with the take your time. And yeah, everything seems to be instant, quick this, quick that, quick fame, quick. There's nothing wrong with taking your time to discover what you're really good at, discovering your niche, and also learning, taking your time to, again, like as you said, break out of your comfort zone and do something new. All of that takes time. You can't do all of that within a year. I feel like it's just, you're not really, it's too quick if you're trying to do everything like that in a year. You're not really, for one, learning, because you're trying to go by the day, and you're not getting much out of it. There's not much gratification and satisfaction if you're going to do everything in a year. If you do everything within time, within that moment, when you have that moment where, wow, I'm so glad I took my time. Look where I am now. Look what I can teach others. Look what I can continue to do. That's going to be the moment that's going to be the best moment, I feel.
Yeah. Personally, time is everything. But you learn that when you get older. I feel like, that comes with age. It comes with experience. And it just comes with time.
Exactly.
Nobody can tell you anything when you're on the success train in your mind. You're on your own success train. You're on your own competition with yourself.
Yeah.
You're on your own. You're like trying to get there.
Exactly, because I'm 25, and I've been doing this podcasting for maybe 3 or 4 years, and it's been a great experience, and I've been loving it. But I'm in no rush for it to just expand just all in one day. It all has to take time for me to continue to learn about this business, to continue to learn about myself, and to continue to grow. It's got to come with time. Mm-hmm. And I so agree with that.
Yep, everything is in time.
Mm-hmm. So what future projects are you hoping to be involved with in the near future, or are involved with right now?
Well, near future is another show. I definitely will be in the makeover segment of everything. Makeover show. Coming soon. You have to call me back and I'll tell you where and everything else.
Kiyah, don't be a thief. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you gotta
hoping to
call
get
me back.
for it. But
you gotta call me back.
But she's telling everyone we gotta call her back. So Jeffrey, we'll be
back
calling back in because I definitely want to know more about this makeover show. As great as you are with hair.
Makeover show, and really just my goal in life has always been, I want to touch everybody. You know what I mean? I want to touch everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody's always like, oh, she's expensive, she's this, she's that. And when they come in, oh, it's not so bad. You know what I mean? But my goal is to change your hair, change your life, bringing women beauty solutions, beauty products, hair extensions, wigs, products, like I said, DIYs, how to, maintain your beautifulful-ness, inspire that beauty within, and bring a little bit of Hollywood home to the everyday woman. That's my goal.
And to play off that a little bit more, you kind of did bring a little bit of Hollywood, to home with you starting your own collection, Muse. Could you tell us a little bit more about your collection and what are the challenges that you have faced while starting your own collection?
Well, starting my own business, you start your business, but then I got really busy. Ultimately, I wanted to have Muse Agency. That was where I started initially because I wanted to represent talent that was a lot like myself. Meaning I'm a photographer, I'm a hairstylist, I'm a makeup artist, I do a little bit of everything in the beauty world because, with time I had to know how to do everything. When I toured with Lauryn Hill, I had to learn how to do makeup. I took the job and I didn't even know how to do makeup for everybody else. I knew it because I had worked with the best, but I didn't really know how to do makeup, And they were like, well, if you want the job, you got to be able to do it all. And I was like, I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to do it all, So I, that's how I kind of got into touring and everything. But I ended up, what was your question? You asked me.
Starting your own collection? You know, a little bit more about your own Muse collection and the challenges of
Oh,
it?
the Muse collection, yes. Okay, so the challenge was really like I couldn't start an agency because I was always at work. And how am I going to start an agency when I'm at work and I got to really get work for these talent, these other artists?
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't do that. So because it was an agency, and I was like, okay, how do I do that? And now I'm like, okay, I'm going to do I want to, you know, I'm like, this is not going to work out so well. So I ended up doing, I said, I'm going to start products. Because everybody's like, well, products is really where you should go. So
Mm-hmm.
now, you know what I mean? Because how do I make money when I sleep? So I was like, okay, I'm going to start this, you know, start my own product line. So I started my own product line. The challenge is really just funding. It really is about funding and understanding who your market is, what your market is. People will ask you these questions all the time. Well, who is your market? Who is your demo? Who are you marketing to? Who are you this? Who are you that? And you're just like, oh my God. Like you're asking me all these questions. But over time, when you answer them enough, now you can spit it out. Now you can, if you ask me, what is Muse Hair? Muse Hair is the brand that inspires you. Whoever creatively inspires you or whoever inspires you, period, is your muse. Mm-hmm. And I feel like my clients and the everyday woman and my celebrities, you guys inspire me. And now I'm here. And then when you leave and we have that experience together, now I have inspired you. So it's this whole like exchange. So we're each other's muses. So that's where Muse Hair came from. And then I wanted to have Muse Agency. And then I was this whole like little spinoff of Muse. So, you know, the challenge is really just always needing money, you know, because if you're not bringing in money, you can't continue to expand on your brand.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So
that is so true.
Funding and money. Yeah, funding is the number one thing with having your own brand.
Yes, you definitely have to have the funding and all that. Yeah, that is a huge challenge, and you definitely have to have
I'm serious. Real talk. It's money. Money has always been a challenge. Can you hold on for 1 second? Hold 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my challenges. Those have been my challenges.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No, I get it. Funding with the funding, yeah, that is a challenge. You always have to consistently have money to fund the collection.
Funding and juggling it all. Those are my challenges.
That is a major challenge. Major challenge. So final question for you, Miss Kiyah. So what is the best advice you received in your career so far?
The best advice probably was from Puffy, and because I would say from Puff because he just said something really monumental, and it was simple, but it was really major, and it was basically just stay focused. Like I would, you know, you on the road and you're dealing with artists, and it's really stressful, and you're like, I had never been on the road before, never. And he said to me, I called home because I was just stressed out. I was just like, you know, I had never been on the road. So there's, you know, it's not like you just go on the road and you're just on the road. You know, I had been on the road. This is my first time. And he's like, I'm with his artist. Just, Kiyah, don't even worry. Don't get caught up in anything. Just stay focused on the goal. You're there to work. You're there to do your job, get in, get out. It's not about hanging out. It's not about, you know what I mean? It wasn't about any of those things. And it's really hard. It's really hard because you're the hairstylist. You become the friend, the confidant, the stylist. You're the person that spends the most intimate moments with the celebrity, you know? So you have to know how to balance that. That's not an easy act to balance, you know? And he just was like, stay focused, you know? And I'm like, you know, I took that from him. He's this young entrepreneur, you know, who's starting Bad Boy Records. And, you know, I'm running from this artist to that artist. You know, I've never done that. And it's a lot, you know, because whatever the artists go through, you're kind of going through, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was my advice from him. Just stay focused, you know?
And hey, that is no greater advice than, you know, Puppy himself. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
Wow, Miss Kiyah, your story has been absolutely amazing. Since you're,
I hope I didn't talk you guys' ear off. I hope I didn't talk your ear off.
No, it is a really great story from your beginning to where you are now. It is absolutely, I mean, for one, you know, going, you know, through losing your mom, you know, through that, and just be able to push through, you know, losing your mom, and then look how successful you are, and you're living out your life, and just no doubt if she were to see it, she would just be so happy and so proud. Like, look at your success, you know, being nominated for Emmys and winning Emmys and working with different celebrities. It has to be just an amazing from where you started.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Great. Really blessed. I'm thankful, and I'm just on my journey. You know, I think I was put here for this. We're gonna do something for our people, and we're gonna make my mama proud.
Absolutely. And you have no doubt, you know, done that, you know, because like I said, your success is absolutely amazing. You're continuing it, and you know, Black Talent TV is definitely rooting for you, and will continue to support, you know, your success. And you know, we really thank you for sharing your story with us today.
Thank you so much for having me, and don't forget to call me back in about 3 months.
Yes, because we definitely want that exclusive for that makeover show. Absolutely, I want to know.
Exactly. Call me back in 3 months. Almost near the end of summer. Call me back.
I will definitely have to do that. Black Talent, make sure you tune in, because we are definitely going to make sure we get that exclusive for the makeover show. I definitely want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Of course, my name is Simone Jackson, your host for the show. We really do appreciate Kiyah for sitting down and talking with us, sharing her story, and, you know, being part of our Women's Month segment, Black Talent TV. We appreciate you listening in as well. If you are also wanting to contact with us, to sit down with us, or advertise with us, just make sure you contact us at info@blacktalentTV.com. Kiyah, I want to thank you again for joining us today. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, and I will be speaking to you guys really soon.
Absolutely. Black Talent TV.
Don't forget to go to musehair.com. Check out some of my extensions, my hair, some products, some tips, some tricks, a little bit of everything. And my beauty supply store makeovers. You got to check those out too.
Absolutely. Black Talent TV. Make sure you check all of that out at Muse. Make sure you follow Miss Kiyah. She is on Instagram. Make sure you follow her up on Twitter as well. Make sure you just follow her up on her, and you go to her Muse collection. You follow collection. You buy.
Right.
Yes. So Black Talent TV family, I want to thank you guys again for listening. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Black Talent TV, Kiyah, everyone, have a good day.
Yes.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.